evening, Europe. It's Eurovision Ireland, and we're back with another review of the songs for the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest. Let's go around the room first. We have Bogdan.
Hi, everyone.
We have James.
Hey, everyone.
We have Sarah and friends.
Hi.
Hi. Sarah and Tony. Welcome. Welcome, Tony. And we have Richard.
Hiya.
And we have me, John, and Staggy, who might keep making an appearance, especially when he sees the dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Tonight, we're looking at Eastern Europe. 5 songs from Eastern Europe. So they are, in alphabetical order, Latvia, Lithuania, Moldova, Russia, and Ukraine. There could have been a 6th country, but sadly it wasn't to be. But hey ho, we're just going to review the 5 songs tonight. Now, as you all have seen from the other videos, and if you've not been watching the other videos, why not? We'll be scoring each of these songs out of 10. So there'll be a maximum score of 50, and in theory, a minimum score of 0. Hopefully, nothing gets 0 tonight. And of course, every score counts. So we're going to kick off with the Latvian song, and it's called "Moon is Rising" by Samantha Tina. And the person who's going to start the review from this one is Bogdan. Over to you.
Right, so we have The Moon is Rising, yeah, the Queen of the Night. Samantha Tina is giving us great vocals. Like last year, we know that she can sing, that this lady can sing. It feels like an anthem, like a women empowerment music piece. It's all in your face. It has an interesting beat, and I think it's a crowd pleaser. It has all the chances to qualify. I'm not sure if it's strong enough to do well, but to qualify, I think it just might have what it takes to qualify because, yeah, it has a great rhythm, great vocals. I'm just looking forward to see what she will bring on the stage. Lots of ladies there to see, like lots of queens, we shall see. But I think that's an interesting act to watch. And I'll be curious to see what Samantha brings on the night.
Thank you, Bogdan. James, what do you think of Latvia?
You know, at some point during the night, we always turn around and say, have you been reading my notes? I'm going to lead with a slightly different one. Are you sure we've been listening to the same song? Because I'm sorry, I really do not like this entry. It's just not my kind of music, so it's a personal thing. I will say, though, Samantha has an absolute belter of a voice. So, you know, I'm sure if we mute the TV, we'll be able to hear her from Rotterdam. Yeah, I think a lot of the reasons that I don't like it, that sort of driving beat, that that sort of goes all the way through it, I think that's why people enjoy it. So I think that's why I say it's a personal thing that I don't really like it. I have this down as a dead cert to qualify. I think the sort of strong message of female empowerment, it's sort of a very modern beat. So yeah, I think Latvia will do well. It's just a shame that it's really not my kind of thing.
Thanks, James. Over to Sarah.
Right, Latvia. I'm with James on this one. I think Samantha's a really, really good singer, and as Bogdan said, she has got a belter of a voice. I think the problem I've got with it is that with the backing singers and the dancers on there, it distracts too much from her. So she kind of, I think she should be taking centre stage, and I feel that that's lost a little bit with the backing dancers, with the backing singers and dancers. And it's a shame, really, because to say she's a really good singer, and I know that she's been trying to represent Latvia for goodness knows how many times, and it's nice that she's getting her opportunity now. And especially it was nice of them to ask her back after last year, and not obviously with the contest being cancelled and not being able to participate then. For me, the song, it's an okay song, but I just feel it doesn't go anywhere. I feel all we're just sort of getting is sort of a repetitive, the moon is rising. Yeah. I just don't think it's a girl power song, but I just don't think it's a stronger girl power song as some of the others in the contest, because I know there's quite a few of them in the contest this year. I'd like to see her qualify. I'd like to see her do well, but I'm not. I think the public vote will go for it. I'm not so sure about that the juries will care for it as much.
Okay, thanks, guys. Richard, Your go.
It's too modern for me, if I'm honest with you. Maybe that's my age showing. I don't know. I agree with Sarah. You need to focus on Samantha Tina rather than everybody else behind her. I just found it all a bit strange, to be honest, and I can't see it qualifying.
That's Richard. Okay. I'm not going to be too complimentary about this one either, I'm afraid. It's not really my thing. It seems a very long 3 minutes to me. I know she's got a cracking voice, and it was written by Aminata, who we know has got form in this contest. But it just seemed like several songs spliced together quite badly to me. If anything's going to get it through, it'll just be her voice, because I don't really reckon much to the song. There we go. Sorry, Latvia. Moving on.
Yeah,
We're going.
Yeah, do you want to say? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah.
As I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm not so keen on this song either. I think it's a bit too repetitive and a bit fussy. And the bit that we saw, which isn't how it's going to be on the day, is there lots and lots of people, aren't they, singing?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how the final staging will look with only 6 people on the stage.
Yeah, because it's up to 6 you can have. Yeah.
Yeah, well, moving on. We've got to Ukraine now. Now, we know Ukraine have got form in this contest. The country that's won the most out of the 5 that we're reviewing tonight. Could they make it a 3rd win? They're sending Go A, who they tried to send to Rotterdam last year. And it's a similarly ethnic, chanty sort of song called Shum. James, do you want to lead off on this one?
Oh, indeed I do. Solove was my absolute favourite entry from last year. I still listen to it a couple of times a day. I like it that much. And I was really excited when the band said they were coming back this year. Admittedly, at the beginning, they said, oh, we'll be sending something very different from Solove, which in one way made me very happy, because I thought, okay, they're not going to try and copy it or, rehash it in any way. But it also kind of made me sad, because I thought I loved that so much that, I'm sad it didn't get its moment at the contest. What can I say about Shum? It's very, very different, and I think that's possibly its greatest strength. I know a lot of us, when we first saw that music video, when everyone's in biohazard suits and they're sort of bopping away on a hillside, I know a lot of people are like, what's going on? It sort of shocked people. But I think that's a good thing. It's memorable. People talking about it instantly. And I think the same with the revamp. It's instantly catchy. It's unlike anything we've ever heard. Can anyone here name a song that sounds like Shum? No, it's just that different. And I think that's going to put it in good stead, because it is so different, it will stand out. Juries, I'm not sure what juries will make of this. I think the televote will probably react to it a lot more. But yeah, I love electro-folk as a genre. I'm really happy that Go A are back at the contest, and I can't wait to see what they do in Rotterdam. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people.
Thanks, James. General thumbs up then. Sarah.
Very much so.
What do you think about Ukraine? I think
once again, very ethnic. Quite jolly. Will be interesting to see this on the night. The singer has a unique voice. Shame I don't understand Ukrainian. However, I did quite like it.
Yeah, I'm with James on the ethnic thing. It's weird, but in a nice way, really. I just wish, like Tony, I just wish I could understand Ukrainian, because I'd love to be able to understand the message behind it. I think it's got the potential to do well. I don't think it's going to be a hit with the juries, but I think the public vote, depending on how it's performed on stage, may just take to it. I think it will get votes just from the fact of the sheer ethnicity of it. Yeah, it's just nothing like we've ever seen before.
Thanks, guys. Richard.
I surprisingly love this one, to be honest with you. I'm not normally keen on Ukrainian language songs, but I actually like this because it brings the feel of traditional ethnicity. I'd just be very interested to see how it is staged on the night. I can see it qualifying for the final, but I can't see it doing it anywhere beyond mid-table in the final if it gets that amount of votes, to be honest.
Thanks, Richard. Right, well, I think this is utterly, utterly brilliant. And I think of all the songs that we've reviewed so far, this is my favourite so far. I love it. I love the electro folk, turbo folk vibe going on. I love how it's a chant rather than the song, and I just love it for that reason as well. And I can imagine people watching this in its semi-final. I understand it's on towards the end of its semi-final, when a few people may have had a drink or two in the televoters, and this thing will come on and it will just blow their minds, absolutely blow their minds. How we're doing the final is anyone's guess. It's head and shoulders above anything I've heard so far. Absolutely love it. If they win, I'd quite happily go back to Ukraine next year, I can tell you.
Cheaper.
Oh yes, it's cheaper. Yeah. Bogdan, you're allowed to finish off, please.
Yeah, sure. I like the song. I don't love it, but I like it. I enjoy listening to it, and it's really different. I like the ethnicity of it, like you said, all the elements with folk, electro, pop, however you can call this genre of music. It's crazy, it's mental, it's fun, and we liked something like that at Eurovision, so I think it will do well.
Thanks, Bogdan. Another general thumbs up, I think, so far. Song 3 tonight. It's another one of the acts that were picked to represent last year but never got to go. It's Natalia Gordienko. This year, she's singing a song called Sugar. Now, Sarah and Tony are going to lead off on this one.
We certainly are. Do you want me to lead? And you?
Which one is this then?
Moldova.
Oh, Moldova.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So Moldova. Well, what can I say? We never fail to be surprised by Moldova. They always come up with something different and unique, particularly in staging most of the time. And to me, this year will probably be no exception, especially if Philip Kirkoros's got anything to do with it. I think we could be in for quite a package. I'm kind of hoping they bring in bits of the video that she did to it, because some of it's quite fun. So you've got the ice cream cornets, on top of the men walking around, even if it is a bit bizarre in some respects. I think it's a lively song. It's an upbeat song, which is what we all really need. Natalia's got a good voice, and of course she's gorgeous, looking with it as well. I think it's going to get a few public votes there. Juries, maybe 50-50. But yeah, I think certainly Moldova will sort of qualify this year with this. I don't see how it won't, really. Is there anything you want to add there?
Yeah, I agree. I liked it. I like the ice cream cornets.
On the video.
On the video as well. I think that she has got a lovely voice. I think, it remains to be seen what the staging is like, doesn't it? And how it's presented on the day. But she certainly is, one of my favourites, I have to say. Yeah,
I know she is. And of course, you like Moldovan entries as well, Jen.
Yes, I would probably be happy if she had a pointy hat.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys. Richard.
Okay. Natalia can definitely sing, but the video that we've all seen is certainly very colourful, and the staging is bound to be even more colourful if Philip Kirkorov is putting the whole package together. And like Sarah, I can see there being dancing ice cream cornets. That must be a given. To say I prefer the German entry over this one now is saying a bit, and to finalise my comment, it's sweetly disturbing.
Thanks, Richard. Well, I've looked at my notes here, and one of the first words I've got written down is disturbing. I just found the video very disturbing, especially one little bit towards the end when we discover the love of her life is made of cake, which quite know what to make it. I'm trying to get past the video of dancing ice creams and things, which they've appeared to me in nightmares before, so I want to try and get past that. Yeah, she can sing. I would have preferred it if when she did the reveal in Moscow, whenever it was, that she'd actually perform live, because we got 2 hours of cabaret and then we saw the video, which made me think, can she actually sing? Because prime opportunity to sing live there, but who knows, maybe she can really sing. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. Yes, she can sing. I've no idea. I actually don't really know what to make of it, really. It's not my favourite. It's not my least favourite. It's just sort of there. And it's just bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. There we go. Bogdan, bring some sense of normality back, please.
Well, I'm quite looking forward to seeing this on stage, to seeing what Natalia and the Dream Team are going to make out of it. And I think it's going to be quite bonkers and fun and exciting. And I want to see the ice cream cones, like you said, but on the background. And I want the pink flamingo boys with her on the stage to the dance, because we all need to see that dance on the stage, and everybody will have such a good laugh and fun with it. So there's no chance she will not qualify. She must qualify. I'm just looking forward to see what surprise they're gonna give us. I don't know, hopefully there's gonna be some element of surprise there, because we know it's gonna be brightful and colorful and everything, but I'm just hoping for something more extra, even though it's already enough. But I'm just curious what's going to be more. Give us something more.
Thanks, Bogdan. Okay, James, over to you.
Oh, I absolutely love this. It's so over the top and wacky. It's brilliant. Natalia can sing. I remember from the national selection Moldova last year, we saw her live and she can sing live, which is good. Yeah, it was a bit strange that we sort of waited 2 hours for the video, but I mean, it was worth the wait, let's be honest. It was an absolute gold mine of all things completely bonkers and over the top and so pink and garish. It was hilarious. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to see what they do on stages. We know Moldova are known for their very creative staging. I'm sure the Dream Team are going to be working really hard on this one. Yeah, I just can't wait to see what they do with it, because we just know it's going to be so wacky. And I think if there aren't dancing ice cream cones in this, then I think everyone watching in rehearsals is going to be, oh, we're just all going to be so bitterly disappointed if that doesn't happen.
I'm sure it'll be.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I can imagine it being one of the high points of the 2021 contest. Winning, I think, might be a bit beyond its reach, but it's absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait till we do our usual interview question. What kind of cake is your favourite, Natalia? Man, apparently.
Man cake.
So that's Moldova. Yeah, Moldova. Chisinau 2022. Who knows? It's going to be cheap. Right, song number 4 tonight. We're going back north, and another act that was selected for last year, but this time they had to come through a national final. This is The Roop with Discotheque. And it's over to Richard for this one.
I have to admit, last year, The Roop was a big fan favourite from the start. Now, they've got a unique style, so it took a bit of time for me to get used to On Fire, but once I liked it, it was brilliant. They've carried on delivering with Discotheque. I think it helps with the band's various mannerisms and hand movements. It sort of draws you into the performance element of it all. I don't know why they bothered with national selection, to be honest, with this one, because everybody knew from the very start The Roop was going. So it was 4 weeks of Lithuanian television they didn't need to produce, really. But all in all, vocally, we know they can sing it. We know they can perform it. They're bound to be finalists. Whether it will be jury heavy or televote heavy, who knows? I'm guessing the televotes will probably give it more points, but we'll have to wait and see.
Thanks, Richard. Yeah. Again, another song I love. I've used the word bonkers a lot tonight, but it's just the right side of bonkers to draw people in. They're wearing yellow, as is one of our panel members tonight, if you've not noticed already. It stands out. It's instantly catchy. It's like measles. It's instantly catchy. Or COVID, maybe. It's instantly catchy.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
It's going to be the home of so many TikTok. It's TikTok fodder, isn't it? Everyone's going to be doing the dance on TikTok. Maybe including Eurovision Ireland. Maybe. I love it. It's opening one of the semi-finals. It's going to be a cracking little opener. I just hope the position doesn't go against it. It shouldn't, because it stands alone as a damn good song. Qualifier, Dom will hope so. Bogdan.
I agree. What a great start of the semi-final with some discotheque and wacky moves, great energy, great fun. I'm looking forward to this one. Okay, I'm not sure we're going to see some surprises there, because I think they are doing well what they're doing. They should stick to it. We've all seen the choreography. We all want to see that. So it's already stage ready. Just give us what we love and what we like, and we'll be perfect. It's a qualifier.
James, your take on Lithuania?
I do have to agree with Richard. When they announced there was going to be a Lithuanian selection, I think we all tuned in to see how much the group were going to win by, not if they were going to win. But yeah, these guys are amazing. Vaidotas has just such charisma and magnetism when he performs. There's something about the way he looks down the camera, and you feel like he's just got the entire continent about there when he's performing. And yeah, this is going to sail into the final, no problem. I was slightly concerned that the running order might go against it, but I think for an audience that have never seen the group before, because we're all in the Eurovision bubble, we've seen them, we know about On Fire, we've seen all this. I think for a completely new audience, it's just going to grab them and they'll be completely mesmerized. Could we see Lithuania's first ever win? I'm not sure. Part of me thinks that, if the planets align, it could happen. But yeah, I think it's probably their best shot at winning for quite a few years, possibly ever.
Thanks, James. Sarah and Tony, tell us what you think of Lithuania.
Lithuania, right. Well, I've always been a big fan of the song from when I first heard it. And it's a bonkers performance. We got them all dressed in yellow. It's absolutely wacky. The only thing I would say about his chances, I know it had a very high rating in some of the polls and on social media when it first came out. My only concern is that it might have peaked a bit too early, really, and I think it's got to that point where people might have heard other songs, and then it starts to disappear a little bit into the background, and people start to tire of it, which is when they're after a bit. So I think it will do well. I'm not so convinced that it's going to win now as I probably was when it first came out, obviously because we've heard other songs now. But I still think it'll qualify, no question. Will it do well? I would like to see it hit the top 5 if it doesn't win. I just love it. I think it's happy, it's catchy, and it's something that you can dance along to. If you learn the dance, then I can just see people when they've had a few drinks on the night sort of getting up and dancing to it. You want anything?
Well, I didn't like it very much.
Didn't you?
No.
Oh, one who doesn't like it.
Yeah. Oh, I just thought it was pretty average.
Did you?
Yes.
What didn't you like about it? Yeah.
That's just the way it came across to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's repetitive. Yeah.
Yeah, a bit repetitive.
Yeah. Oh, well, each to their own. Yeah. No problem.
Hey, thanks, guys. One left. Right, our fifth and final song tonight is the only one where the performer is different to the one selected for 2020, and that's Russia. Now, they, at very short notice, had a national final. Who knew? And Little Big were not involved at all. So it was won by Manesia, the song Russian Woman. And I'm going to lead on this one. Now, I mentioned that Lithuania being the right side of bonkers. This, for me, is just the wrong side of bonkers. And it is just absolutely mind-boggling, baffling. Baffling is the right word, I think, for what we've come up here. It's how many words can you cram into 3 minutes? And when it's in Russian to someone who doesn't really understand Russian, it's almost a nag for 3 minutes, isn't it? Someone nagging at you for 3 minutes in Russian. It could only be Russian. I could tell there's a chorus in there, and you could tell that's very, very patriotic. I'm not going to say nationalistic because that has different connotations, but I'm going to say patriotic, and that's what it sounds like. And I can tell it's all to do with women's empowerment and how she changes frock during the course of the song. I don't know how this is going to do it. I think it's just a bit too niche, a bit too, WTF for people to maybe really get it. I think we could be looking at a Russian non-qualifier this year. They could prove me wrong. Bogdan, Russia, what are your views?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to agree with you, John. I don't see this song with much potential. I like her voice. She has a strong presence, a powerful performance, but unfortunately, the song just passes me by, and I can't even tell a few notes from this song. I don't remember it that well. I listened to it a couple of times, but I just think it won't be memorable enough, unfortunately. It all depends what she's going to do on the stage, but like you, I'm afraid that they might not qualify.
Thanks, Bogdan. Over to you, James.
Manisha is a very entertaining performer. You watch her in the national final, she's very expressive, and as you said, WTF, she sort of does have those expressions and really gets into it and throws it out there, which I think could work better on the Eurovision stage than people are maybe anticipating it will. Yeah, I think she really sells the song well. It doesn't strike me as the sort of Russian Eurovision entry that we're maybe used to, when it's sort of, we all listen to the Russian Eurovision entry with an expectation of, this is going to come somewhere in the top 5. I don't get that feeling this year. I can see it qualifying, though. I think she's charismatic enough that she could sell the performance. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting number, and I like the fact, watching the Russian national selection, even though it was sort of put together in quite a hurry, it didn't feel like that. It was a very good quality show. I think Manisha was easily the best thing to pick from between those 3 songs. So yeah, I think Russia worked with what they've got, and I think this could surprise people, to be honest.
Okay, thanks, James. Sarah, Tony.
Right, Russia. Well, I think it's memorable, but for all the wrong reasons, as we've said. I think it's certainly entertaining in many ways, but it's just like, there's just kind of no structure to it, really. It's like somebody dragged her off the streets and say, here, I'll go and perform here in front of the camera for 3 minutes. And the fact that it's being performed in Russian as well, I think may go against it, because people are just going to struggle to get any kind of comprehension about what it's about. I think it's going to get absolutely slayed by the juries. The public, I think if the Russians could vote for it, they would, obviously. But to the rest of Europe, I think they're going to struggle to get it, really. Which is a shame, because Russia, they've given us some really good entries over the last few years. But I think after choosing Little Big last year, I think this is a bit of a come down for them, to be honest. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's very Russian. I don't understand the gist of the song, really.
No.
It seems to me that their hearts are not in it, really. In the past, when we've watched them, they've had, a fantastic singer and a fantastic song to go with it. The Russians always seem to try to win all the time, don't they? I think that they're not, I don't think that their hearts are in this song, and I think it's pretty boring, which is a shame, really.
Thanks, guys. Right, last but certainly not least, Richard.
I'm really not a fan of this. However, I'm going to sort of link it to Hungary 2017 and say the same thing about that, because I didn't like that either. I can appreciate the small elements of ethnic and cultural elements we get within the song, and they're only small bits, but I can appreciate that. And that's what I like about Eurovision songs. If they bring traditional elements to the stage, I appreciate it, whether or not I like the song. But for me, it's sorry, Russia. And I agree with Tony. they're not trying this year. You know, if they'd automatically sent Little Big, I think we would have been possibly looking at Russia again next year. But obviously, either Little Big didn't want to do it, or Russian TV thought, hang on, we might have to host it and we don't want to. So, but yeah, not a fan.
That's Richard. So that's the 5 songs. Now, as we did in the previous panel reviews, we're going to vote on them. We're going to each give them a score out of 10. And so there'll be a top score of 50, a bottom score of 0. And then we'll mix them in with the songs from the other reviews that we're doing. And we'll pick a winner, a Eurovision Ireland winner. So we'll start with Latvia. Bogdan.
7.
7. James.
2.
2. Sarah and Tony.
Latvia.
Well, I'm not so keen on the thing. I would say about 6.
6, yeah, I think that's fair enough. 6. Yeah.
6. Thank you.
Yeah.
Richard.
1.
1. It's only getting a 2 from me. That's a score of 18. Ukraine. James.
I'm going to be completely unashamedly 10.
10. Wow. Sarah and Tony.
Ukraine, do you think?
Yeah, I liked the Ukraine. I think that's whether it actually need. I would say 9.
9?
Yes.
I'd say a bit lower than that.
What do you reckon?
7. We'll go for 7.
7. 7 for Ukraine. Richard.
8.
8. I'm giving it a 10 as well. And Bogdan.
8.
8. Score of 43.
Oh, right.
43. That's got to be up there among the leaders.
Yeah.
Next, Moldova. So Sarah, Tony, would you like to kick off, please?
Moldova, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I quite liked the Moldova.
Yeah? What do you
Yeah.
reckon? 9?
I think an 8.
8? I'd say a 9. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'll go for 9.
And I go for an 8.
We've got quite a baby.
We can only have one.
Yeah,
So 9 then.
9.
9 for Moldova. Thanks, guys. Richard?
Because I said I prefer Germany now over Moldova, and I gave Germany a 1. So I don't want to give it 0, so I'm going to give it a 1 as well, just out of pure kindness.
1 for Moldova. I'm going to score it a 4.
Oh.
Bogdan?
9 for me.
9.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
James?
I'm giving it 10. I love it.
$33 for Moldova, but that's a 10 and 2 9s there. Lithuania.
Lithuania. I wasn't so keen.
Richard?
9.
A 9. I'm going to give it a 9 as well. Bogdan?
8.
8. James?
I'm going to give it an 8 as well.
8. Sarah and Tony?
For this.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it a 9.
A 9. That's another score of 43.
Ooh.
Wow. Finally, Russia. I'm kicking off. I'll give it a 3. Bogdan?
That's 3 as well.
3. James?
I do actually quite enjoy the song, so I'm going to give it a 6.
6. Sarah and Tony?
1.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
And Richard?
1 as well.
1. It's a score of 14. An easy one to add up. So there we have it. Now, hopefully this computer has got the scores right, dear viewer. So in 5th place on 14, we have Russia. In 4th place on 18, we have Latvia. In 2nd place on 33, bit of a leap, is Moldova.
Edit.
And joint winners tonight on 43 are Ukraine and Lithuania.
Yeah.
So you'll have to check out the article for the next review to see where that all fits in with how everything. I think we could have, it's getting very interesting at the top there. We've got more reviews to come, guys, so stay tuned. We've still got another 11 songs to review over 2 reviews, so we'll have to see how they fit in to the grand scheme of things. But now we're going to sign off. Check out the previous reviews. If you agree with us, tell us. If you disagree with us, tell us why you disagree with us. We'd love to hear your views. And we're going to sign off. So from Bogdan.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
From James.
Bye, everyone. See you soon.
From Sarah and Tony.
Bye,
everyone.
Bye.
From Richard.
Bye.
And from me and Steph.